We're here for the second episode of Rider Real Time of the fall 2011 season. My guest today is someone who I'm very excited to have on the show today. It's the Assistant Director of Campus Life for Service Learning, Annie Pasqua. Welcome to Real Time.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've had some technical glitches today, so that's actually the third warm welcome you've received. I think the most sedated, probably. But welcome to the show. You've been here before, but this is your first sit-down interview.
It is.
Now, I apologize that you weren't the season premiere guest. But you will be a season premiere guest in the future, considering last week's season premiere. Had you seen it with Dean Mayo?
I haven't seen it yet.
But you've heard the rumors about what's been going on with it.
I have heard the rumors.
Dean Mayo actually called me chubby on the show.
He called you chubby.
Did you not watch the episode?
I didn't watch it.
There was a clear point about 3/4 of the way through the episode where I was just being nice. I was asking questions about his history here at Rider and the different students that he helps, and he just aggressively called me chubby.
He did.
I believe the real-time team has the clip ready, if we can pause and reflect on that moment. Because I worked fall opening, as you know, with a pain in my tooth, which turned out to be a wisdom tooth, breaking the tooth next to it, causing a root to be exposed.
We saw your face was a little swollen. We didn't want to tell you anything.
Now, as you can see, just some real bully tactics.
It was really bullying.
You agree?
Yes.
I think we should have him back to apologize. But for you being here, first of all, thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I know this was kind of like not a last minute, but a couple days in advance, and I gave you absolutely nothing to work with while you were here. But what I wanted to touch base with you on was, 2 weeks here. We're into the semester. How's your experience been so far?
It's been jam-packed.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of programs back-to-back. So
Yeah.
I finally feel like now we're kind of settling into a routine for the fall.
Yeah, we film on Fridays. This was the first Friday where I felt like, oh, okay, I can clean off everything from my desk. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yes, I feel the exact same way.
Now, last week was your freshman day of service.
It
Big
was.
success.
Big success. We had over 100 students come out on a Saturday to serve in the Trenton-Mercer County area.
That is fantastic. What are some of the sites that they worked with?
We worked with 5 different sites. One worked with Enable, which is an organization that works with individuals with disabilities.
Yeah.
And they did some yard work, but also did some visiting in a group home as well. So they got to interact with some of the clients that live in that home. We also partnered with New Jersey Cares, and they did a service project at John O. Wilson Neighborhood Center, and they painted the whole Head Start wing of that building and did some outside, like hopscotch and Foursquare things as well. So it was a wide variety of projects.
Well, I'm actually the hopscotch champion.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I mean, I won't defend the crown, but I think I have some history with it. But, okay, so 2 weeks here at Rider in this semester, but 2 years here at Rider for you.
Yes, 2 years.
What was your first impressions coming to Rider? I'm so curious about this.
Yeah, well, I started, I think, 7 to 10 days before the actual semester started my first year. So I was kind of off and running and ready to take on and change up the Bonner program here on campus. And so my first impressions were just like, here we go, let's get started. Then sort of catch up to say, all right, what's Rider all about? What are we doing here? So
it's a pretty warm community to initially get caught up on, but 10 days before opening, my gosh, I mean, everyone's running around with a chicken with their head cut off.
Yeah.
But I remember giving you your first tour on campus.
I remember too.
And I gave you an umbrella that day.
You did.
I didn't even give you mine. I stole an umbrella. And
Yeah,
gave it to
I think you stole it from Jill.
That's the way we do it. That's the way we do it here. What were some of your initial goals when you got here, and how have you worked on those?
Yeah, one of the initial goals was really working with our Rider Bonner Community Scholar Program. They had just grown the program from 30 to 50 students, and so expanding our partnerships to new ones we hadn't worked with before, so that was really important for us. And just always also provide a way for our student voice within the program to develop the programs that they want to see active in our community and how they can make an impact outside of these walls here at campus.
Well, it's one thing. I mean, sometimes even when I try encouraging the students I work with to work in service, I think sometimes they really mix that up with community restitution or some kind of punishment. But gosh, to have last week 100 students come here, is this developing more in high school?
We are seeing a trend that a lot of students coming to Rider, and I think nationwide, are coming with some sort of service experience.
Okay.
A lot of high schools are now requiring that you do so many hours of service so you can graduate.
Yeah.
And so you're just seeing that trend, and so students are like, I really like to serve, I really want to make a difference, and so I think it's our responsibility as an institution to provide those opportunities for
Yeah.
students.
Where did you go to high school?
I'm from Johnson City, Tennessee, so I went to a high school there called Science Hill High School.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know if you came up here for high school or when. So you were down there. So tell me, New Jersey. Okay. So
Yes.
you've relocated here.
I
Are we
have.
really the worst drivers, or much worse drivers?
It's a different type of driving.
Okay.
So there's a lot more people and the jug handles, and I think there's a little bit more aggressive
Yeah.
driving behavior. But
I was in Tennessee once. Now let me tell you about my experience in Tennessee. I don't enjoy Tennessee.
well, you should.
I was at
Wait,
wait, hold on.
Okay.
I was at a conference 2 or 3 years ago, and I took some students there for the National Association of Campus Activities Conference, and nobody there called me chubby like Ira Mayo did. But what they did do was, I was at this conference. Someone tried stealing my laptop. It went missing from all of my baggage.
Oh no.
Which was a little upsetting.
Yeah, definitely.
Apart from that, I was put in this Biodome, which was the Grand Ole Opry Hotel.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever been there.
I have been there.
There's no sunlight. There's nothing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's very awkward. And the other thing was I met Snooki. No, that wasn't the one. I met Snooki in Boston.
Okay.
This was the one where everywhere I went, that Dolly Parton was playing in the cars, which I just thought was kind of typical.
We do love our Dolly Parton.
Do you really?
Yes.
So-
Well, see, I'm from East Tennessee, so Nashville, where you were, is Middle Tennessee. So I grew up in the mountains, and Dolly Parton's from Sevierville, Tennessee. So I grew up going to Dollywood. But the reason we really like her is because she's really revitalized the place where she grew up, and has really kind of come back to an area and said, I want to give back to where I'm from and where my roots are.
Well, that's good. I mean, but we are from New Jersey, and we don't have, and Whitney Houston is from New Jersey, and we don't have Whitney Land here, where I hear it snows a lot. But regardless, I mean, I guess I applaud you guys being loyal to your girl over there. But so in these 2 years that you've been here at Rider, what are some of your favorite moments that you've seen? Like most exciting things?
Let's see. Some of my favorites. I think this past year we were able to, well, not this last academic spring, we brought 2 new service programs to campus, one being Read Across America Day, and we invited outside youth from the Trenton area to come and do a whole day's activities of looking at Dr. Seuss and reading and encouraging literacy, and so that was really great. And then we also revamped our Martin Luther King Day of Service, and we went into 7 after-school programs through the Boys and Girls Club and did Black History Awareness Month activities with the youth.
That's fun.
And so it was a neat way to have a different focus on Martin Luther King Day than what we had done in the past.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. How about some of the campus traditions you've been to? Any ones that really stick out to you of being some of your favorite ones?
Yeah, I really love Cranberry Fest, and we just
Which is
had
my favorite
it.
one.
It's very fun, and so we love the kettle corn this year.
Well, let's talk about this.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Cranberry Fest this year was it was a beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful day. And everyone loves their I Bleed Cranberry t-shirts that they receive on that day. But my favorite element of it, which I actually didn't even think it was going to be, but it turned out to be really, really well, was we had an Andrew J. Ryder lookalike
I know,
telling
I
the
saw
story
him.
of Ryder. And he looked just like Andrew J. Ryder, or what the photos say Andrew J. Ryder was. The kettle corn I could not enjoy this year because, as you know, I had 2 extracted teeth. So I have that awkward, thing going on in the back, so I couldn't
Yeah.
enjoy them. But I do love good kettle corn. But what a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day.
Now, I also had those the inflatable flames
flags.
shooting, and they kept falling, which, me, perfectionist, isn't quite what I wanted. And the other thing about them was they had a little bit of a coral tinge to them. So I don't think the inflatable flames will be back.
They won't be back.
No. Have you been to any Midnight Madnesses?
I have not been to Midnight Madness
Okay,
yet.
well, hold on to that. We're going to get back to that later
Okay.
in rapid fire topics. So, but in the 2 years that you've been here, and the things you've seen and the people you've gotten to know, I mean, have you developed any people that you would really identify on campus as being your role models?
Being my role models?
Yeah.
There are a few people on campus that I would identify as role models. Dean Campbell really supports the service programs, and so it's nice to have Dean Campbell's support and for him to bring the Bonner program here on campus. I think it's good to have
Sure.
have him play a strong role in the service world as well.
Well, it's very important to have someone that's high up, in the institution, that really values, what you're doing and what you support and what you mean and your contributions to the community. That certainly has to be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How about anybody else?
You know, the interactions I've had with Cindy Threet are very
Yeah.
powerful, and you know, I think she's a strong professional woman that has some strong skills that
Sure.
I look up to and would really hope to emulate one day.
You know, Cindy Three has been invited to be on the show many times, many times. 2 years ago, we actually used to do an awkward and awful segment called "Most Fascinating People Here at Ryder," and Cindy flat out refused to show up to be interviewed for it, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But she is a tremendous contributor to the campus. I mean, I just adore her. I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
do. Because I asked this because last week I asked Dean Mayo who are some of the people he sees himself in, and it was interesting just to juxtapose kind of in a few years, as I said to him, maybe a little bit more than a few years, we're going to be in those roles
Yeah,
hopefully,
definitely.
which is really fun. So what I can't even read my own writing in this. What I did want to ask, though, is going back a little bit about what we were talking about, some of the days of service and those kind of things. Do you find it difficult to excite the students about these kind of things?
I think it depends. I think, the new students and just coming fresh from high school and wanting really to be involved, I think that's a captive audience
Sure.
that we were able to reach with our new student day of service. But as the semester slowly starts happening and academics start playing a big role, sometimes it is hard to sort of
Yeah.
engage students in that way. But I think it's a conversation for us to have of sort of saying, if this is important, how do we integrate it into your schedule?
Yeah.
And how do we give you the opportunities to take part in these
Yeah.
activities?
What does next semester, the rest of this semester and next semester look like for you?
Yeah, so we have a few targeted campus-wide events with our Make a Difference Day in October and our Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week in November. But coming up October 7th through 9th, we are actually hosting a national conference here on campus
Yeah.
for the Bonner program. So have about 200 outside guests coming from across the Bonner schools to come to do
That's
a
really
weekend of conferencing and networking and workshops. So we're excited about that and trying to
cool.
get the whole campus involved in that. So if somebody wants to host for the weekend, one of our outside guests, feel free to contact me.
Okay. Well, I'll ask my parents if they would like to host
Oh,
something.
that would be
I don't know if our dog Rocky would really enjoy that. And actually even Tito either, who is my brother's bulldog who was visiting. Did I tell you guys the other day he ate my mom's glasses?
He did?
You've seen Tito,
I
right?
have seen,
He's,
yes.
he's very cute. But
Yes.
he's gotten, I think you saw him as a puppy or
I
at least
did.
pictures of him. And he's gotten very bulldog-ish. And Tina was just laying on the couch, and Tito took a nibble out of the glasses. So we wouldn't want that to happen in any of the Bonners, but
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be good.
maybe they've seen worse. Maybe they've seen worse. Well, either way, it's now time for everyone's favorite time here
Okay.
at Ryder Real Time. The thing that I say that they fast forward to, if they even watch, which I hope they do, and that is hot topics or
Hot topics?
rapid fire hot
Okay.
topics. Okay, and you're going to give one quick answer to this for what I ask you. What is your favorite restaurant?
Bella's in Banner Elk, North Carolina,
How about in New Jersey or the surrounding area?
in the surrounding area. Teresa's in Princeton.
Oh, I don't think I've ever been there.
Oh, it's a great place.
What is your favorite, sticking with food, your favorite comfort food?
Macaroni and cheese.
I knew you were going to say that. I love macaroni and
I
cheese.
love mac and cheese.
And I like, is it what's the fried mac and cheese? Is that what they call it?
Oh, they do have fried mac and cheese.
It's very good.
It's very good. I can
good.
only take in small doses, though.
What is your favorite CD you've ever heard?
My favorite CD? Recently, I've been hooked on my friend Jill Andrews' CD. It's called Mirror.
Oh, I don't. Is this a regular studio CD, like in the stores you can buy it?
You can download on iTunes
Okay.
right now, and I don't know if you can buy it in stores yet, but she's kind of been touring around and promoting it. So
Cool.
she was
Hey.
on E the other week.
Really?
So,
How about favorite mainstream CD?
mainstream CD. I'm really a big fan of Jason Mraz.
Really?
Huge fan.
We had him here at Ryder a few
I
years
know,
ago.
I missed out before my
I'm
time.
Yours, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a big Before I'm Yours fan.
If you were to pick a Macness theme, what would it be?
Macness theme.
And this year's is outer space.
Okay. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. A Macness theme? It can be anything? What if it was like a service theme?
That'd be a real interesting way of making a T-shirt for this one. I would really like to see a retro Macness, or like Macness old school, with like old school uniforms and just like a real like old Macness designs on shirts and all.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
We'll see if that actually pays
Okay.
off. Your favorite day off activity?
My favorite day off activity? Recently, I've been really into interior decorating, and I really love making things for my apartment in Princeton.
Well, you made me something for my office.
I did.
What did you make me?
I made you a sign that had a quote on it, and
My quote from, I love Oprah.
I know from Oprah. Well, she said on Oprah, but she's not the one that said it
Now,
originally.
Oprah is not the one that said it, because
Right.
I think people think I just adopted this because it was Oprah. But if you watched Oprah's final show, which I think we here at Run can outdo, you know.
can?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, she had Madonna and Will Smith come on, but I think I want the presidents of America and Hillary to be on my finale. But she said one of the great lessons of her show was by I forget the doctor's name. It's Dr. Julie
I think it's
Bowen?
Joyce
Joyce
Bowen, something like that.
But it was to please take responsibility for the energy you bring into a space. So I asked you to make me a sign. You made
Yes.
this beautiful canvas, which I actually just put the work order in to have hung right before we
Perfect.
came over here. So that was my thing. Did you watch Oprah regularly?
I did.
Yeah. What was like your favorite Oprah thing?
Well, I have a moment with Oprah and her Angel Network. I can remember between my junior and sophomore year watching it, and
Yeah.
they highlighted a program called the New Opportunity School for Women, and they gave them like a $25,000 grant. And with that grant, they started a program at my college for that program, so they expanded it with that grant, and I had an opportunity to work with it. But I remember watching it in my bedroom and then not knowing 2 years later that I would
Yeah.
be working for that organization.
Cool.
So that's like my favorite Oprah moment.
Did you watch the Oprah finale?
I did watch the Oprah
Which
finale.
the great moment of that, of course, was the Morehouse men from Morehouse College coming out holding the candles with while Krista Chenoweth was singing "For Good" from
Yeah.
Wicked. It was just a fantastic.
So great.
What is your favorite Broadway show?
My favorite Broadway show, let's see. Well, the first one I ever saw was Cats, so I'm a little partial to Cats.
I've never seen that.
Never? Yeah, my mom won us tickets when I was younger, so that
Okay.
was our moment with Cats. Trying to think. I also saw Legally Blonde
I've never seen that either.
on Broadway, and I really enjoyed that as well.
I'm very recent to the Broadway Broadway shows, but we're going tomorrow to see Chicago with Cara Diaguardi.
Wonderful.
Yeah, hope she's better on this than she was on American Idol. That's not fair. I actually really liked her on that show. Okay, and then the last thing I was going to say is, what is your favorite Madonna memory?
My favorite Madonna memory? Well, it's kind of a personal Madonna memory.
Yeah, okay.
So I can remember one morning waking up and it was my birthday, and my dad ran in and said, "Madonna had her child on your birthday."
That's right.
And so I have the same birthday as Madonna's
Which
child.
is December 6th?
October 14th.
Okay. Really?
Yeah,
It was October?
it was October 14th.
I'll tell you why I know that. No, why you're correct.
Okay.
That was was it Columbus Day or near Columbus Day?
Yeah, near Columbus Day.
Because we were going to see my grandparents. I remember the newspaper headline
Yeah.
from 1996, I think it was. Yeah, and December was when Evita came out. See,
See, look at
I'm
that.
sorry. I
No.
like that. Is this everything? No,
No.
it's not at all.
No.
But either way, thank you so much for being
Yeah,
here.
thank
And
you for
and
inviting
actually, that
me.
was the first thing we bonded over was Madonna. It was Frozen.
It was.
Wasn't that your favorite Madonna song?
It's one of my favorite
One of
Madonna
your favorite
songs.
ones.
It
So,
was.
well, anyway, thank you so much for joining us here on Real
Thank
Time
you.
for our 5th season, episode 2.
Wonderful.
And thank you everybody for watching. We hope you had a great time watching Annie and I. And anytime you want to talk to us, come by the Office of Campus Life in the Bart Luedeke Center on the middle floor. We're happy to see you. Still figuring out the rest of the semester, but pretty soon, as we always say, we're going to be closing in on Midnight Madness, Family Weekend, and the big announcement this week was that this year's fall concert is Lupe Fiasco. Hope to give you some more exciting information on that as the weeks unwind. But either way, hope everyone's having a good second week here at Ryder. We'll see you soon.